Kim.
And Millie.
And we're glad you're joining us today to talk about our stitching and other stuff. Today is Sunday, November 14th, middle of November. What do you think about that?
Episode 73.
3 days until Liddy's birthday.
Coming at you from Washington State.
Yep. On opposite sides of the state, which is why we have to record over Zoom, even though we wish we didn't. And yeah, we're excited to chat about all of our stitching and all the other things that we do. Millie wants to go right away because she's in the middle of playing a game of poker with dad and sisters. That's what we do in our house. We teach our kids how to gamble real young.
Send them out there in the workforce.
Yeah. Get them to start earning some money for Christmas for our income. We certainly need it this year. It's a life skill.
You got a casino there.
I don't think they're legally allowed to go in it.
Probably not.
I'm making leg warmers.
Oh, look at that. Are you about halfway there?
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably.
I have to do
We
like
still
16 and
haven't ended this. We probably should. Every week we say that, but then I kind of forget and she just keeps knitting.
Well,
I
how's
think it should
this?
be
How
okay.
about,
I mean,
how about if you, Sarah?
There's
How about
quite
if
a
you
bit
put what
left.
she's got on a waist?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then do the second one up to that, and then you'll have a good gauge of,
How much we'll have left. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We can take this and put it on just a piece of yarn instead of this. And you could start the second one and knit up this far. And then we'll see whether we'll have enough, kind of we'll be able to eyeball it, like how much we can use to finish or whether we need to add some white. That's a good idea. Yeah, I thought of it just as you were starting to say it.
Okay, wait a minute. There's got to be an easier way to do this.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Then we can kind of gauge how much, because this is just like yarn that somebody, like, I don't know how many yards it is or anything. So gauging it is a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Okay.
I have my
I'm
cross.
gonna shut my door really quick.
Okay. What? I'm business on top and party below.
You are?
I have, yeah, I have like sweatpants on. I have my cute.
I got a new shirt and I have nowhere to go, so I saved it. I saved it for our Flosstube.
Oh, nice. Okay, show us what you've been
Okay,
doing.
so I'm making this one, princess.
Did you work on this week?
I did.
I never really saw you pulling it out, but I believe.
Just a little.
Okay.
Are you making cookies?
I am.
When one's done, can you bring me one?
The one isn't. I'm just looking at my phone because I can't find
Is it
another
chocolate
cookie
chips?
sheet.
They smell really good.
I can't find another cookie sheet, so I'm just using the same thing.
It's because
So
I
I
have
have to wait for
broth
them to
freezing
cool.
flat outside in the freezer.
What
Look
did
at
you work on?
On the bottom.
Oh,
on the
you're down
bottom.
here?
I
You're going-
started up there, Mom.
Oh, you started here and you've gone around.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think you said that last week, but I didn't understand what you were saying. So
Yeah,
now
I think
you're
she
down.
was just at the very bottom and now she's come up.
Do
the
you like
curve.
going up or is it hard to
Uh,
stitch going up?
not hard.
Because you could just stop
I
your
know,
thread and
I
go,
know. I'm just in the middle of what we're
you just like what you're doing. That's fine. Bring me a cookie when you're done so I can eat it in front of everyone and make them drool.
Send me a cookie. Send me a cookie.
Can you shut the door a little bit? Yeah, just a second. Okay. Millie is my little girl, if you've never watched this before. And that's my mom next to me over there. I don't know if we really did a full intro because I was, oh, I got one already. Look at this. Look like
Oh, that looks really good.
okay. It's going to be a little bit eaten. You know what else she did last night? She helped me make grandma's egg noodles.
Ooh.
So in our family, I was trying to remember if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas that we always had noodles.
Thanksgiving.
Okay, it was Thanksgiving. I thought it was. So growing up, my great grandma, Hattie, always brought homemade egg noodles with probably a stewed chicken and a thickened broth, kind of gravy-ish broth.
Yeah.
And I always ate it straight like a soup, but I'm guessing that grown-ups often put it over their mashed potatoes. Is that how you guys ate it? But I don't remember that. Like, I just remember eating bowls of the soup. And like, that was my favorite dish. If you ever asked me what my favorite thing at Thanksgiving was, it was always grandma's noodles. And I remember being a little bit worried thinking about the time when she would pass, that those noodles were going to be out of my life forever. Like, because Grandma Kay said she had always had tried to kind of make them.
That would be Sarah's grandma,
My grandma,
Hattie's daughter.
Your mom. And they never quite turned out right. And you never really had.
Right. I've never tried to do
You didn't
pasta.
really try because Grandma Kay, if Grandma Kay couldn't do it, then
Mhm.
like I was kind of like, oh no. And it was just kind of, she just did it. Although apparently she did write it down to some extent.
Oh, because last year I finally found the recipe in my mom's recipe box.
Right. So several years ago, even before that, I decided I was going to do it. Oh, so Grandma Hattie passed away. I don't know how many years ago now.
It's like 2000. It's been a while, like 2012, 2000. I mean, it's longer than I thought. I have it written down somewhere.
For several years, those noodles did go out of my life. And
And she actually hadn't brought them a few years before she passed away.
That's true too. And I actually hadn't been at Thanksgiving because we were doing like Thanksgiving with Jesse's family and then Christmas with you guys or whatever. So I wasn't always there for Thanksgiving. I decided I was going to be the one to try and do it.
But I knew enough that she always made them. I almost think she made them the day before and laid them on a tea towel just out to dry.
Because they were always just drying on the towel when we would get there for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she cooked them very shortly, not very long in the broth.
So I started trying to do egg noodles back then. Like, I don't know, do you think 2015? It was definitely after I'd had a couple of kids, maybe.
Oh yeah, it's not been that long.
Yeah, so maybe like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Maybe.
I tried it and they turned out okay. I was doing it all by hand, like, she probably did. But I didn't have her recipe. I was just Googling.
Them.
I made several attempts at home and I never could quite get it. Like they just melted in your mouth. Like, and I could not get that texture of just like meaty noodles that melt in your mouth.
Right. And we were having a hard time the first couple of years getting the gravy right, the broth right.
Right. Because I didn't want it to just be thin broth. I never eat on Flosstube, but these cookies are like irresistible. She makes really good chocolate chip cookies. I think she just uses the Betty Crocker recipe and they always turn out amazing. So anyways, long story short, I worked for the last several years to try and get it. I still could never get it just right, but I got pretty close, I think, one year. And I make them through the year, like in the fall, I've started just making my own egg noodles. I bought an egg noodle, or I bought a noodle
pasta
roller cutter thing. So I figured out how to use that. So I started just making them a little bit more often at home because we eat chicken noodle soup pretty often in the winter. The girls love it and it's a hit. And
but this was not chicken noodle soup. This didn't have like a bunch of vegetables in it or anything.
Yes, although and so usually I'll make it without the vegetables.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I'm making chicken noodle soup, I'll just make my own egg noodles.
Right. Gotcha.
So then when Grandma passed and you found that card and emailed me the picture, I want the card. I'm asking for a recipe box for Christmas and I want to put that card in there someday. Because I always have a little photo of it and I pull it up to make sure I'm doing it right. The difference in the noodle was finally that she used oil, Grandma.
Like a cap full of oil was that? That was
that's the direction. 1 cap full of oil. I don't know how much that is, but like, I think yesterday we did a full batch. So I won't go into all the details, but you do eggs and water and salt and flour, and then a cap full of oil. I think yesterday we did 2 tablespoons. And I think that I did a little more yesterday with Millie. Oh, it got really dark because the sun is going behind a cloud. So I think I'm going to add a little bit more oil than I had been doing the last couple of years because they did have just that melt away texture. And Millie pretty much made them all with my supervision. I was kind of cleaning up some stuff from the birthday party that we hosted. And so we're passing the tradition down to my girl who likes to cook.
And my guess is she just took her cap off of her oil. That's what she meant. Yeah.
So long story short, Millie's a great cook. I'm proud of her. She does love to cook in the kitchen, bake and cook. She kind of does shadow me around and
yeah. And the thing is that my grandma just made those noodles, back in the 30s and 40s and 50s. That's just what you did, and it was kind of a poor man's meal because I think they just,
Oh yeah, it's so cheap.
They were pretty poor. My mom was growing up, so yeah. Stop haunting me.
Mm.
Look over Halloween candy and bring it in here in a minute.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll try to just let the rest of this cookie sit here, but I might not make it.
I just
I
eat it.
I have a previous finish.
I don't.
I stitched this a couple of years ago, I think, 2 falls maybe, and it's a design that was in one of the cross stitch magazines, and it's designed by Pinoshka Stitches. I can't remember her real name, and she has this little set of these on her website too, but it's a slightly different pattern. So if you want this specific pattern with the little green acorns, you have to get the magazine, I think.
Yeah.
But she has some really just cute ones. I still haven't. It should feel a little bit hole. I have never made anything like this before or since, and it really wasn't too hard. I mean, I don't think it's the cutest cat ever. I don't know that I did a great job with it, but I was proud of it.
I think it's really cute. I think it captures the spirit of what the pattern was.
Yeah.
It's a quirky little cat with a pattern on him.
These ears were real hard to get lined up with the little triangular. That was hard for me, and I'm not like a great seamstress. So there's my little cat finish. It's been sitting on my,
It's cute.
kind of moved a couple different places over the last couple months, but it makes me smile every time I look at it.
It's cute. Yeah.
And we do have a featured friend today. Featured friend today. And this is somebody that I've been watching her Flosstube. Well, I'm so behind on all Flosstubes because I'm watching Downton Abbey. It's either Flosstube or Downton Abbey. And Downton Abbey's been winning lately. So this is sent in to us from Anastasia Nico, and she has her own Flosstube as well. So go check her out at Anastasia Nico. I think I'll put a link down below in our show notes. Let me drop that down so I don't forget.
Here. She has an Instagram too.
Yeah, and I follow her more closely.
Her Instagram is Nico Detka.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Nekodeta. And she, if you don't know her or follow her, she is a Russian gal that lives in Beijing and lives in China. And so she has a lot of influences from Western designers, American and European designers, but she stitches a lot of Eastern European. Got a fly in there?
No, but it's like a dead fly on the bottom of the cup. Probably it was in the windowsill and I had my cup with the condensation sitting on.
Anyway,
it's gone. It's gone.
So fly apocalypse. So anyway, she stitches a lot of Eastern, like Ukrainian, Russian cross stitch designers. You all know have a whole different style, lots of back stitching, blending. So her stuff is beautiful stuff.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, she's, I think, a part of a lot of Facebook groups or whatever they have. I don't know if they actually have Facebook in Russia, but something like it. She talks about that. She used to anyway. I don't know if she still talks about that much on her Flosstube, but she's pretty eclectic and pretty prolific.
So prolific. So much stitching. So I'm going to insert the photo that she sent us, photos, right here.
Beautiful.
I mean, just the amount of back stitching on it. I'm looking at it on my phone right now.
And her stitching is beautiful. I mean, her stitching.
So even and beautiful. And the back stitching just adds so much definition to those crocuses.
Yeah.
And the little hyacinths and the puss. Oh, so pretty. I love it. I love it. So thank you for sending that to us. She said, let's see, I have to click away from the picture. We're so happy you sent us that. It doesn't matter if you have your own Flosstube. We would love to see you stitching on because we just love it.
Right.
And I'm including all of the pictures, just so you know, Anastasia, I hope that's okay. This is called Cup of Spring. It's designed by Maria Bravko. Her Instagram page is Cute Patterns by Maria. Okay, I'm going to pause there to tell you I'm linking her Instagram page below. It is so cute and so so much variety.
Yeah,
it's really pretty.
Very cute patterns.
She says, I stitched it in 2018. It was my first project with so many blends and backstitch. I remember I finished all the stitches in 1 month, but was so scared of backstitch that it was just lying in the corner of my drawer for 6 more months. After, I manned up and did backstitch. Took me a week and I realized it wasn't all bad. All the monsters were just in my head. Thanks a lot for this fun opportunity. Hope to see your next video soon. Happy stitching.
Oh,
so darling. So thank you for sending that in to us.
You have a little bit of chocolate chip cookie in your tooth.
Good.
Point that out.
Thanks.
We don't have to
guys just want to feel like you're sitting in my room with me.
We don't want to keep being reminded of that yummy cookie you got to eat in front of all of us.
I think I'm good. Okay.
Well, thank you, Anastasia, really. And if you have a Flosstube, because she messaged us and said, is it, I just haven't done it because I have a Flosstube. And I said, oh, no, we need to clarify that even if you have a Flosstube, please just send us something.
Yeah, we would love to feature it and see it and send people your way as well. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, what are your whips? You want to show us what you worked on this week?
Yeah. Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I have COVID.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can do like life update, I guess.
It's been a little bit of a rough week. I tested, I was sick last weekend. I thought I just had another cold. I don't know why I didn't think I had COVID. You'd think after living this way for 20 months, you'd think COVID.
Well, you had 2 negative COVID tests.
I did. I had 2 negative tests. And so I got tested on Monday, barely by the skin of my teeth, made it in time before they closed. And my result came back in on Tuesday morning and it was positive. And I shared on Instagram that when you get that positive result, your heart just kind of sinks because first of all, on my chart, it's all in red. It's bold red, detected, infected, it's like, so who did I have at my house all last weekend? I had Cassidy and baby Junie and baby Junie's dad, who flew out Sunday for a business trip to Houston. So, it caused a lot of stuff. So he had to get tested down in Houston and stay in his hotel room until those tests came back because he didn't want to go infect anybody at the station that he was working at because he was working like one-on-one with people in an office. So there was that. And then Cassidy and Junie, she said, she started kind of having some fatigue, Cat and Mommy did, and really bad headache. And for the most part, Junie was doing okay, but then she started getting super fussy and kind of sniffly. So they went and got tested and they are both positive. So because of some other travel Daddy has to do, it made more sense for him to come home and go to their trailer, which is about 2 hours away from us, and have Cassidy and Junie come stay with us so that she wasn't alone out in this trailer, because where they're at, it's in a small town. There's no grocery delivery. It's a small hospital that she has access to that I'm sure it's fine, but I think she'd rather be closer to more major medical, not knowing how Junie was going to react. And so they came yesterday morning and Junie is a crab. Just a crabby little 8-month-old, and there's nothing we can do to help her. Although, so she just took Junie to the doctor, to the urgent care, because we thought maybe she had an ear infection. And that's the other thing about this Delta variant, is that my major symptom after the first couple days was just extreme sinus pressure and behind my ears and a little bit behind my eyes, but like not a sinus infection. Like I could push and nothing hurt externally, but just this pressure. And not even a runny nose. And I did finally figure out that steaming myself does really help. And it's definitely better. Yesterday and today, I've been better. I'm kind of tired today, but I didn't sleep as long. I woke up a little earlier this morning and I was going to go back to bed, but I didn't. Anyway, so they took Junie in. She does not have an ear infection, but she'd been pulling on her ears and, and she wasn't taking any naps today. And so they had said, if she stops sleeping, you need to bring her in. So of course she just has fluid back there and probably just has head pressure, but found out that the dosage they were giving her for Tylenol, she's also teething. So you got that going on, was way under what she could have. So that probably explains why the Tylenol maybe hasn't been doing that much for her. So
yeah.
We're gonna like almost double. She can, I think the amount they were giving her was when she had her first shots.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, hopefully we'll get her to sleep. And I actually am gonna, if she doesn't take a good nap, I'm gonna make mommy go lay down and I'll take care of her when we're done. But anyway, I have a new campaign. It's called Get Your Shot. People. Sorry, just going to be out there. Everybody feels free to share their opinions about the shot. And I'm just like, get the shot. Think about the people that can't get shots and 8-month-olds can't get it. And luckily there's no lung involvement or anything. Yeah, she sounded good. Anyway, so my husband, he's still here and he has not gotten COVID, living with me. I mean, I'm not quarantining in our house. We have a 3-bedroom little house. There's nowhere. I mean, I could go sit in the bedroom, but by the time I got my test result back, I'd been sick for like 3 days. So I'm out of quarantine on Monday. I'll probably wait till Tuesday before I go anywhere, but technically I should be out of there. And he is doing okay. Except for he had a little foot injury that he had to go and have taken care of.
I'm like sitting there cross-stitching one night. She sends me this picture of Dad's foot. And I was like, yeah, maybe he should get that looked at. Like I did.
He says to me, we're sitting there watching TV. He goes, I need you to look at the side of my foot. We're at that age where it's really hard to see your feet and to bend your ankles to see the side outside of your foot. He goes, I need you to look at my foot before we go to bed. And I'm like, fine, whatever. So
I don't want to look at your foot.
So before he goes to bed, he comes over and he's on the couch. He's trying to get his leg up so I could see it. And I've got my aught light on to kind of shine on because our living room's kind of dark. And I'm looking at it. He takes the Band-Aid off and I'm like, I have no idea what that is, but it looks like there's something in there and it's probably healed over it because it was like a hard, there's like a little black dot and it was really hard. And so, but it was red. And I said, I am not digging around at this. If it's a splinter, I'm not getting it out because I don't know what's going on in that foot. And he says, yeah, I think you're right. I said, yeah, you need to go in tomorrow. So he says, okay, well, of course it was the day he had to go back to work on Friday, which is the day after Veterans Day. Okay, well, everybody else works on Veterans Day, but banks and post office and government offices. And so it's always a really bad mail day for them because there's just a ton of mail. And it's always frowned upon when you call in sick the day after a holiday. And so he said, I'm going to go in and I'll just work from 6 to 8. And then when the doctor's office opens, I'll make an appointment. So I got up that morning because I was off and he was still home. And he goes, yeah, I woke up at 2 and I couldn't go back to sleep. I was just really worried about it because we have a friend whose husband ignored a foot injury and he's a diabetic and he almost lost his foot. So Carrie was feeling much, it was cautionary tale. So anyway, he went in and they drained it. So anyway, he got taken care of and they actually told him he needed to be off work for a week. So he's going to be off work, although
everybody home.
He's fine. He's walking around like after 2 days of antibiotics. He's much better. He goes, I probably could work, but she wanted him off it. I think it's probably better to be safe than sorry. Because
he puts a lot on it and
and she did say to him when she started lancing it, there was a lot of infection. So I know you need to be careful, which is probably why it was so painful because, it just was a tiny little wound. So for as tiny as it was to be that so painful, he could hardly walk on it, that it was a pretty bad infection. So I have to work. I'm going back to work tomorrow. I mean, I worked all week with COVID because I just sit here at a desk and I wasn't terribly fatigued or anything. I think one day I kind of took a break and went and laid down for a little bit, but it's definitely been better since I had my vaccine, but I would prefer to not have gotten it.
Yeah. The girls got their first vaccine yesterday.
Yay.
That was exciting. They were really happy today. Liddy, we were driving to church and there was a sign, just like a poster somewhere on the roadside, like get vaccinated, protect your community, something, generic like that. And she looked at me, she goes, I did, and I am. Like, it was just like, I'm participating in caring for our world.
Oh, good for her. And there's been no side effects.
No, her arm is sore. Millie says her tummy hurts. I don't, but she's also acting fine and kind of making cookies. I mean, she's not, so
she's too sick. Yeah.
Everybody seems fine. So
good. I would not tell them any of the side effects.
I didn't. Yeah.
Some of them in your family would probably have them.
Yes. Just because they read the thing. Some of them, one of them in particular. Yeah. I have one child who's a little like me and you, a little hypochondriac.
Never look. I was exposed to COVID 2 times and didn't even think twice about it. So yeah, they FaceTimed me when they were done, and she goes, "Yeah, my arm is really tingly." No, did she use the word tingly? What'd she use?
Like 2 seconds after they gave her the shot, she was like, "Oh, I can't. My arm's so sore. I can't move it. I can't move." I was like, "Move it around." Like they tell you to. When you get a vaccine, you're supposed to kind of move your arm around in general, like because it helps sort of disseminate the vaccine. She was like, "I can't, mommy. It hurts too." This is the child who used to hide under the bench at the doctor's office when they came in with the vaccine. To drag her out. I'm not going to name names because that wouldn't be kind of me. But yeah. What did you work on this week while you've had COVID?
I did work on a little bit. I did knit. I haven't shown my knitting for a while, and I need to get this crack-a-lackin' because it's a Christmas present, and here we are, halfway through November. I remember just saying, we're halfway through October.
I know. And halfway through July. Can you believe we're halfway through 2021?
I know.
Can you believe we get to put this year to rest in a month and a half?
No, could 2022 just be better?
Just a little bit, even just a little bit.
So I spilled something on this pattern, but I'm making the baby version of the flax light. You can't really see it, but this is a garter stitch panel that goes down the arm, which is kind of a cute little design feature. I know some people don't put it in there, but I am. So I think I'm just about ready to separate. There's my stitch marker. But this is the yarn. I'm just using the Hobby Lobby yarn. And these are my raglan increases. And I think, let me see. Well, one of these is the front, one of these is the back. I think this is the front. So anyway, I try to stretch it out on my needles, but I just have like a ½ an inch to go, but you can see the garter stitch panel down the arm, and it looks so small, but it's pretty stretchy.
Yeah.
It's going to fit her.
A long time.
She weighs all of 15 pounds. What's she saying? Not even quite 15 pounds.
Something pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's still pretty tiny little girl. And I'm making the, it's one of these patterns that they do the big multi-size, like it's 6 to 12 month size. So anyway, I did work on that a little bit last night because I thought, well, Cassidy and I were on the couch watching TV. We call it the COVID couch. Dad's not allowed to sit on it. He was actually in here watching a movie and trying to stay away from us a little bit. But anyway, so I got tired. My eyes were really tired. My eyes were really dry last night. She said hers were too. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, so I got tired of cross stitching. So I knitted. And then I'll show the things I worked the least amount on, and I'll save the big thing for the end. I talked about my wheel, but I couldn't find what I wrote down. So I did work on this piece very minimally. The autumn leaves piece.
Oh yeah.
And I basically just worked on this word copper. I don't even know if I think I had one letter done.
Cute.
It's really pretty, very
I like that color.
This fabric is really different for me. It's a 30 count Cocoa Legacy.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it is pretty. Got a very warm. I do love this piece. I just don't ever think to work on it because I have too many pieces to work on. And then I worked a little bit on flea market flowers. I restarted it on my black 32 count, and I got a much nicer.
Oh, that looks good. Yeah, that has better coverage for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm much happier with that. I did one little petal. In case you're not familiar, this is the pattern, and I have done that little piece right there.
You are making some serious progress on that.
I made a dent in this piece.
You're
And
flying.
Candy from the 614 Stitcher is stitching it too, but I don't know where she didn't like her fabric either. So I'm not sure if she got new fabric yet to restart it, but we started it together on the same day, which was a couple weeks ago. November 1st.
So yeah, a couple weeks ago.
More than
2 weeks ago today.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I mostly did a lot of shopping.
I mostly didn't cross stitch. I mostly shopped for cross stitch.
Because I was having a very major pity party a couple of different days. So I did work on this though. I got a good start on this. And it was this piece from the latest Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's the Thankful.
Yes,
piece.
you were starting that.
And so I basically have this tree, but not the back stitching done. I just finished it actually before we started.
You got a lot done.
Yeah, so it's 4 different colors. They're all in the 500 DMC range.
It does look like the stocking I'm making. Like those are almost all in the 500 range, or there's a 3800 range that there's.
So pretty. It kind of remind me of the Whoville too a little bit.
Dr. Seuss trees.
So I've been working on that because it just is easy stitch too. And this is being done over 2 over 2 on a 32 count, just a linen. I don't know what color, excuse me, what color it is. And then I think that was really all, except for this got a ton of my time. It was my Joyful World. And this month is the Peacock.
Oh, yeah.
And so I did the whole Peacock, which was no joke.
Good job.
I did a little bit of these snowflakes. I did this, and I've done all the bottom except for this little bit right here.
Oh man, you really came far on that.
I did. So I just have a little bit of tree here and the word November, and then I'll be done. So I know.
Wow.
The colors aren't showing up really great. I think part of it is this fabric that I'm using, but this is kind of a green.
I think it shows. Yeah, it might just be lighting a little bit.
I think it's green pasture. It's all weeks. I think it's green pastures. And this is dungarees, and then there's some Liberty in there.
Cute.
Yeah, that was a lot. It's a lot of stitching. I kind of knew it was going to be. I was kind of not looking forward to this one just because I knew it was going to be. But I like it. I do like it. And I only have 1 more month to go, and then I'll have an almost finished. Then I have to deal with that border.
Wait, what border are you going to do?
The big one around it, like you.
Oh, you are going to do a big one?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I am.
I forgot. I didn't remember what you decided to do.
I think it needs to, since I didn't do any of the little borders.
Yeah, it would probably help tie it together.
So next month is the little deer laying in the snow. And I really think that's all. I don't think I really didn't work on anything else. I just okay, Thursday was Veterans Day, and I had the day off because I was just kind of out of sorts. I really wasn't feeling that great still. And I thought I'm gonna have this whole day. I could just sit and cross stitch. And I don't think I stitched until like 8 o'clock at night. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what I did. I wandered around the house and just
I
ate. My appetite's been fine, although I can't smell very much. But I can taste. And although my taste is off. Like Carrie went and got us Chipotle one night, which is like a not Tex-Mex.
It's Mexican, fresh Mexican cuisine.
Yeah, and so we've eaten there many, many, many times, and I get the same thing every time. And he got me this little burrito, and I wanted guacamole on the side. And I didn't see they usually put it in a little container, and it didn't come in the container. And so I was just eating. We were watching TV, and when I was done, but the whole burrito just didn't taste the same. It tasted, it was spicier. It just tasted a little hotter. And then when I was done, I just ate like half of it. And then when I was getting ready to pick it up to go toss it, there was the little bit of guacamole and lettuce. And I said, oh, there's the guacamole. And I stuck my finger in it to taste it. And it was super hot to me. And it's not normally. So
weird.
If something got in it, And there really was something hot in it, or my taste is just off. Most of the time it's not that off, but it seems like a few things have just tasted sharper, a little bit hotter to me.
Weird.
And I'm not
the opposite of what you would think if you're really congested. Usually it's more dull tasting.
I know, but that just and they might have had maybe something like a piece of pepper got in it. But anyway, I just didn't do anything. So I really would have been more productive if I had stitched more. And then Friday.
Well, you're sick, so.
I am. But it wasn't like I lay down and slept all day either. I really just kind of played online and I don't know.
Full time.
Yeah. Anyway, I hear Junie crying and crying. She won't go to sleep.
Fussy baby.
Anyway, so what did you work on?
Well, I worked on a few different things. I got a little tiny bit of progress done on one of my November goals. It's so weird to say November. Still didn't feel it yet. On gathering eggs. It doesn't look like much, but I remember I was thinking about doing the blue sky up there purple. I ripped out what I had tested out and put back in the blue better. That's all I've really done on that. I'd really like to. I'm planning on working on this a little bit more this evening. Seeing if I can get a good at least half hour done. I love it.
It's gorgeous.
And so I worked on that. I worked on my fall sampler. So Jen, there's my magazine monthly. I was just looking for this. I couldn't find it.
I still haven't done mine formally.
Jen, the bluegrass stitcher, right, asked me where this pattern came from, my twill sampler. It comes from this book, Better Homes and Gardens, Cross Stitch Christmas. It's from 2003. So I think they kind of put one of these out every year.
Yeah.
Or are used to, or whatever. This is from 2003.
And you could probably still find it on Etsy. And sometimes Amazon has them still.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you might be able to search around for it. Sorry, I got something in my eye. So I worked on this a little bit.
Is there anything else in there that you think you're going to work on?
Well, that's what I was going to flip through and see. This is one of the ones that had the most cute things in it, I thought, of the ones that I really like. Let me see if there's a better picture of this one. So I don't.
Because I mean, the reality is once you're done, we could maybe give the book away.
Yeah, that's true. I really like these. I could see stitching with those for Christmas.
Yes.
Merry Heart, Star Bright, the Holly and the Ivy, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. It's like
those are cute.
There's quite a few cute things in here, actually. I can show. I'll do a little flip through. What are those? Oh, I kind of like these.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of cute.
Oh yeah, there is some cute things in there.
And then this is kind of pretty.
Oh yeah.
That looks like early 2000s, doesn't it? Stitching, like.
It's pretty though.
Let me see what else is in here, if anything else.
Oh, just noticed our gas mask is still there in the corner.
It's just part of your decor now.
Maybe my husband should be wearing it when he comes to the house.
Sorry, here, let me find the actual photo. They kind of have a section of photos.
Yeah, for each.
There's a few things I'm not showing, but look at this pretty poinsettia piece, actually.
That's really pretty too.
Yeah, that is really pretty. I don't remember really paying attention to that before. And I do like this one, this little sampler.
Yes.
Kind of sweet and simple. I love the little reindeer.
They're cute.
Quite a few things in here I would consider stitching.
So we will not be giving this away.
Sorry, I probably won't pass this one on just yet.
But hold it up again so that whoever's looking, if they want to try to find it.
A cute one too.
Oh, that is cute.
A little sampler.
It's got the quirky trees down below too.
Quirky trees.
Yeah, they're kind of like bent over.
Oh yeah.
Cute.
That is kind of cute. There's also a nativity in here that's kind of cute. I don't think I would stitch it, but.
Oh, I tell you, there was one in the book last year that I got that's cute. That had a nativity in it that I want to stitch. And I think there's a new one out this year in the new book that's got one.
That's pretty.
That is pretty. Very classic.
Yeah.
Very traditional.
No, classic. Anyway, so here's the front of the book again. So it has this cute Santa on it. It says needlework treasures, huh?
2003, you said.
2003. Let me see if there's anything else useful to say about it. I mean, Yep, 2003, Better Homes and Gardens, A Cross Stitch Christmas, 2003. So if you're looking for this, that's the info that you could probably search for and find it.
Yeah.
Did I actually show what I'm working on in it? No.
No, sorry.
That's okay.
Pick it back up.
I should have a little tag in this so I can easily. There we go. So there I am. I'm working down here on that. I pretty much stitched most of that guy this week. Just have a little bit more.
Yeah. So sweet. It's
Oh,
very different, very
yeah.
unique.
This is such a hard one to put down. I really like stitching it.
Yeah.
I kind of wouldn't mind monogamously stitching on this one until it was done.
Uh-huh.
I have too many other things to do.
Did your mirror fall down off your wall?
Yeah, the wire that was hanging it on the back broke. So I just need to put a better wire on. It didn't break or anything, just the wire broke, but the actual mirror was.
I love that mirror. I use that mirror all the time when we're
I
there.
know. I need to get Jesse, or I suppose I could restring some wire around. It just, the wire wasn't strong enough, whatever
Yeah,
came on the
didn't
mirror.
break.
And
Okay.
my Biscornu, trying really hard. I finally have it halfway. The back side is halfway done, other than the border.
Uh-huh.
Officially. Let's see. It goes this way. So there we are, halfway done. Worked on this for about an hour this week.
So close.
This poppy head done. So close. I really want to get it done.
You know, I saw somebody post about the poppies in the fields of Flanders. I'm just looking because I saved it because it was a beautiful explanation. I thought I saved it. Maybe I saved it on Facebook. Shoot, I'm sorry. Yeah, it must be on Facebook.
Huh.
But it was really pretty. It's kind of a poem, but they also gave kind of a background about that field and during the war and all that. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I'll try to find it and send it to you anyway.
Yeah. If I get it and I post the link or whatever in the show notes, I will. I got another order in my shop for a grown-up hood.
I can't believe you keep getting these grown-up hoods.
Yeah, around this time of year too, I get a few at least.
Is this one going out of the country or staying in the States?
I think in the States.
Okay, so you don't have to deal with shipping.
Yeah, I should probably switch it over to just being US right now during the craziness of COVID. So I started that. That will go fast. I should probably have that done in the next 2 days and then I can ship it out.
If you don't know what that is, that's going to be a raccoon hood.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's going to become a hood with like little raccoon ears, no, actually fox ears. All my girls have one. I made a little Etsy shop a few years ago, kind of before I think I was even back into cross stitch very much.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh, well, I could I'm knitting all the time anyways. Maybe I could sell a few of these for other kids or whatever. And I don't know how many kid ones I've made because not very many, but I've made
I know it's
numerous adult
animal. I think it's cute, but it just cracks me up.
So if you want to go see my shop, I don't really do anything to maintain it. I haven't done anything with it lately because I just am too busy. And I'm like, well, we'll just keep the listings up. It's on Etsy and it's the Clever Hen. So you can go look if you want to send business my way. Go for it. For kids or adults, apparently.
And there's multiple different animals.
Yeah, I have raccoons, hoods. My favorite is the bear. I've thought about just listing hoods like without the ears and see like adult and kid because they're just as easy. In fact, they'd be easier because the ears are like a pain in the booty to do. They're totally fiddly.
Yeah.
So I got to get that done and shipped out.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, I hardly even make any money because the cost of the yarn has gone up now too. So it's probably not even worth doing, but I haven't really pulled the plug on it. It's
well, you could always adjust your price. To adjust.
I probably could adjust it up a little bit more. I did adjust it up once, but it's still, I'm probably undercharging.
Well, you are in supply chain, everybody.
Yeah, because that Lion Brand yarn, Joanne was almost totally out of it. All the colors. So then, but I did go to Michael's and they had a ton. So I sort of stocked up on orange because that's the one that kind of sells the most. That one and the raccoon.
Yeah.
The last thing I worked on is my art project and it's almost done. So I'm going to hold it up as it will kind of look once I have the hinges on. And then I'll step back. I don't have the very edges of the tree done.
Oh, wow, Sarah. That's impressive.
Yeah. So I designed this as part of an art exchange. And so I will send this off to someone and they will add whatever they want to it, leaves or whatever. It's not, the art exchange has a variety of
Modes.
yeah, like media. So I got kind of lucky that the person that I wanted to send something to does like wire art or beading and stuff. So
Got lots of options with that though.
I can show you the hinges I'm going to use. So I'm really close. I think I can get this finished today, honestly, if I just work pretty diligently on it.
Yeah.
And I just got these little hinges at Hobby Lobby. Let's see if I can, I don't really want to open them in case I lose any, but they're just these little scallopy hinges. Jesse said he'll help me put those on. And then hopefully, I think what it'll end up being is kind of a tri-fold, like one of them will fold back. We're gonna have to troubleshoot it and figure out, and one of them will fold.
I've had a few things that are tri-fold, but they don't always all three fold.
That's what I'm thinking. Like I might have one fold forward and one fold back.
Yeah.
So then when you open it up, it's like this, but when you close it for like storing or whatever, it's like that. So yeah, here's the work on the, I think I'm going to extend just a few of these taller after I do the, wait, I have these actually sideways, sorry. So it will be like this. Did I have it backwards before too?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, I just accidentally switched them. So I think I'm going to make a few of these a little taller. Just so that we don't have a couple long ones on the side and then just a bunch of short ones on top. I'll make the top ones.
Yeah, beautiful.
What do you need? Hi, lady. Yeah. Okay, I'm not talking about that right now. Bye. So that was really the biggest push, other than the birthday party that I planned and put on this weekend for Liddy.
A lot of time.
Which actually did take a good amount of time, just even cleaning and decorating and
it's a lot of time.
prepping the food. She wanted did we talk about this last week? I can't remember. She wanted a sleepover, but we don't really do sleepovers. I'm kind of hesitant about it, just safety wise. But I was willing to host one if all her other little friends, they didn't have an issue. But a lot of the parents were like, yeah, we don't really do sleepovers either. So we did a late night party. All the little girls got dropped off here. We all made our own individual little pizzas. They had lots of Italian sodas because we had a little bar set out where they could make their own. Actually, they were really respectful. They all drank one, and then each one at different times of the night came to me and said, can I have a second one? And I was like, yes, that's what a bar is. She really wanted a Dairy Queen ice cream cake. So we kind of splurged and got a fancy Blizzard Oreo ice cream cake, and it is real good. I have been thinking about that ice cream cake. Well, now I had that cookie, but I think I'll probably still have some ice cream cake tonight because I was thinking about it all.
Yeah, you got to. If it's got leftovers.
Yeah, leftovers. And we bought t-shirts, blank t-shirts at Michael's, just white ones, and they all got to use fabric paint, puffy paint. We have special fabric glitter and buttons and sequins and all kinds of things. So I should stick a picture on at the end of some of the finished ones. They were super cute. And we had a movie. We watched a movie, and I was going to make popcorn, but we had just had cake, and I didn't even do it. I kind of forgot, and nobody was hungry at that point.
Yeah, enough stuff.
And we drove them all to town, and their parents picked them up we met at a mall parking lot, and we swapped kids back, and she was in heaven. It was wonderful.
That's the teen years now.
Yeah. So she'll be 12 on Wednesday, which blows my mind. Yeah, 12.
Sarah put on Facebook a video of her learning to walk. Oh. Her little voice. Oh, her little voice. She was such a tiny little. Just they grow up so fast.
So sweet.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. It sounds like it was a great party, and kudos to you, because I plan enough birthday parties in my life to know how much work they are.
Well, and I kind of I think it's really important to celebrate kind of big sometimes, and
she hasn't really had a big one for a couple of years.
We're not very extravagant people in general. And so I kind of feel like when we do a birthday party, I want it to feel very special, whether it's and we often just do them at home, but I feel like I want her to know that this was set aside, this is set aside for her. We did this because we love her. And so, and she's such a party little girl that she kind of came up with a lot of the ideas together with me. And then I just kind of made them happen, which was fun. Although I think most of them were my ideas that I just kind of threw out. I just threw out a bunch of different ideas and she kind of said, oh, I like this one and this one and this one. And so I just kind of, it was pretty easy actually. I mean, I already had all the pizza stuff basically. Pizza's so easy. And the Italian sodas were everything, each element was easy. So it didn't just put them all together and it felt like a really special time.
Right. It was special.
And it was really sweet to see all these little girls because I think, you know, we have had a little bit of a hard time finding a community, I think, for her over the last few years. A lot of our good friends have kids that are a little younger than we're like the older, slightly older. So a lot of them have kids around Rosie's age. And I've been watching and trying to find a group of people that are really good friends for her
age. Yeah.
And so we have this little homeschool co-op full of really sweet girls right around that age. So
perfect.
It's so fun.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. So we did that on Friday and Saturday they got vaccinated. And now it's Sunday.
Well, you have haul?
No. Let's see. I did birthday haul. I don't have, I did go to craft stores this week, but it was for the yarn for the box bed too. And dollar store for crafting.
Yeah. Well, I have haul because
you have haul. Let me see your haul
for myself. Well, the first haul is I bought a few patterns on 1, 2, 3 stitch. So I was thinking about all my cute little pillows that I love. Finally having that in my door. So I was thinking ahead to spring and summer. And so I bought this lizziekate summer smalls.
Oh, fun.
You're not gonna be able to see them very well, but.
Oh, cute.
Are they focusing at all?
There's the one with the bee scap, right?
Yeah.
And
this one's like a tree and a birdhouse.
Cute.
This one just says summer.
That's cute.
This berries.
Yeah, it started to focus just a second ago.
Oh, yeah, berries.
There you go. Yeah, that's good. Oh, those are cute. I like that.
And they came with a couple little buttons and a couple little beads. So I thought, okay, I don't really have any. I mean, I have a few smalls that are summery, but I thought it would be fun to have some summer smalls. So I bought that. And then something led me to looking at something else, and you know how they have, you almost might also like this. Well, this is called Holiday Seasons, and I have never ordered anything, I don't think, from Birds of a Feather.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the 4 seasons. It's a lot crammed into each little.
That's cute. Those are really.
Can you see the little fall one? Little pilgrims. Oh, there we go.
Yes, there you go. Oh,
summer one.
Oh,
winter and spring.
Oh, cute.
So I got that, and they're tiny little charts. They're all 4 on the back of this.
You're gonna have to magnify them up.
Yeah, and it's Weeks Dye Works. And then I don't know. I was thinking about. This is gonna be hard to see because the picture is so tiny. It's another Birds of the Feather. And next year is my husband and I's 40th anniversary. And I don't have like a wedding sampler or anything like that. Not this is a big sampler, but it's kind of quirky. It just says love. And it's just focus. There it goes. It's got the classic little sampler birds and initials, I think, and hearts.
Cute.
That might be kind of cute to stitch this next year. Commemoration of our 40th, and it won't be a big, it's not huge.
Right.
It calls for sampler threads too. But anyway, so I bought those. That was early on. That was probably the day I got my COVID test back. And then
those came fast. You just ordered them from 1, 2, 3?
I did. In fact, I ordered fabric on a second order, and it's going to be here Tuesday, even though it didn't ship right away. So then as I was scrolling around Instagram, Barbaraanna has a new Christmas. Everybody's thinking it's another Dreaming Girl, just from the little bit. I can't even, my printer, this is supposed to be in blue, but our printer's all off, but it's Dreaming Girl Mystery Sal. There's going to be 3 parts, and it starts, I believe, this week.
Oh, fun. I haven't even seen that. Well, you sent me a picture of you having printed it out, but that hasn't even popped up.
It starts tomorrow. I think the first part drops tomorrow. So I I had all the floss I needed in my stash, except for 2. So, but you can't really tell, but this kind of looks like swirling hair. This snowflake looks like it's covering a face. But it's not very big. It's definitely smaller than her other ones. It's only 7 by 7 on a 32 count. So the stitches are, what are the stitches? 105 wide by 72 tall. So not really big. So that, and it's on a blue fabric. So I ordered a blue fabric. It's hard to find because supply chain issues. And then I was on Facebook and Jan Hicks started talking. Did you see that whole thread on her? Okay, Jan Hicks creates, it's her page. Jan Hicks creates beautiful cross stitch or lovely beautiful.
I don't even think I follow that.
Oh,
I'm sorry for Yanni.
It is a pattern by Crocetti Gogo. Crocetti. And it is basically it's an advent calendar. And I don't have it. I bought the PDF and it was not cheap. I wish you'd have to just, I'll have to send you a link to it or have you link to it. It's just, honest to goodness, you're not gonna be able to really see much. It's my printer, but it's just got like, this is not going to get done this year. This is like a year-long SAL. It's like basically a start along. Some people are making each little individual motif into an ornament. I'm not going to do that because that would mean finishing all those ornaments. No. So I got a big piece of linen on order that's coming, and it's got like a stocking, there's gingerbread house, there's a Santa, there's trees.
But I thought you didn't stitch Christmas.
I don't stitch Christmas. I printed it out in color, and black and white because I missed it. And so then when I went and got that, so I have, I think, kitted up all the flosses for this. I think I had them all just in my stash. Maybe I'm missing 1 or 2. What I love is the bottom of this is it's a seam. So 25, square number 25. Oh man, sorry. It is a reindeer and Santa.
Yeah, I can
see. So, and then I think the 25 is
something
somewhere in that bottom. That whole bottom is 25.
Cute.
Isn't that cute? There we go.
That is really
anyway,
cute.
It's going to be a lot of work, but I've wanted to do kind of an Advent thing anyway. I've looked at lots of different ones, and I'm sure this won't be the only one I ever do. But it was cute. But I also found another one on her website, and it's
by the way, the girls the other day, I can't remember which one, maybe Millie was like, when do you think Mimi's going to give us our advent calendars this year?
I have them.
Oh, you do?
I bought 3 just at Trader Joe's. They're not very pretty this year, but there's kind of a little game on the back that they might like, kind of a decoding game.
I was like, I don't know, honey.
I don't have Lydia's birthday present spot yet. Everything's just off this year. I said that all last year too. When's it going to get better? I will send it. I'll pop those somehow. I'll get a box when I can go out.
I just thought, well, I hope she does that every single year now because it's tradition.
I almost didn't, but no, I need to because I've given them one every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It would be noticed if you didn't.
Yeah. I'll try to pop them in the mail in a mailer box. I bought another one of her patterns called Hello Winter, and it bad copy, but it's a little snowman and trees and birds, and I thought for after Christmas, kind of a January pillow.
Really cute.
And that, I think, is really all my haul, except for I did buy some yarn. I think I've shown her yarn before. She's a local dyer. I think I did order something for Halloween from her, but her Etsy shop is Buxom Cat Knits, and it's Buxom Buxom Cat CAT. Her name's Kathy, and I bought this.
Oh, that's cute.
It was her Cat's Meow. Oh, it's 2-ply. It's Autumn Morning.
That's pretty.
And I like to support her. She's a really sweet gal, and she had been a nurse in her previous life and lost most of her hearing. And so she went out of nursing, and then she started doing this yarn dyeing business out of her home with her 2 teenage daughters that helped her. And then, oh gosh, she got very, very popular, and her yarn was in a local store kind of close by her, about a half hour from me. And so I would run into her at that shop all the time, and we would go on yarn crawls, and she'd be there, and I just really liked her. I went to a retreat that she was a part of way back pre-pandemic. I can't even imagine what that was like anymore. But in November, I believe, or October of 2019, she opened her own little shop. And she was just, and it took forever for her to get her permits, and it was just quite a process. And then she was starting to build her inventory of other yarns and hers. And then 2020 happened. In March, she had to shut her shop down, and she was, trying to make a go of it and keep paying her lease. And what was it? Summertime, she probably could, I think, summertime in our state, but March till like August, she could finally open up with like one person in her shop at a time, and you could sit outside and knit, but it just was too much loss. She couldn't keep it. So she's had to close her shop, and she's just doing her Etsy now, but she does do really beautiful. And this is a really plump fingering. It's a 2-ply, but it looks thicker.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
Yeah. And then she had a special going. She just sent little minis for like if you were doing a sock, not to go with this one, but just if you were doing another sock and you wanted to do a contrasting heel and toe, she'd do those in. So anyway, I really like her. If you're looking for an indie dyer to support, she would be worth it. And then we have talked about this stitch along. Well, I think Claire from Stitch Lit is doing this. Maybe somebody else. Just wanted to talk about it again. It was that historical sampler.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I have that all kitted up to go too.
Oh, fun.
I think I have all the flosses for that one. So that's really basically it. I didn't go anywhere. Just ordered online.
That's kind of fun.
I know, but I need to get my Christmas shopping ordering because I got a lot of people to buy for.
Yeah, that's what I get to start doing now.
A lot of little urchins. Dad's done the boys, but my son in Indiana, they FaceTimed me today. They were putting their Christmas tree up today.
Oh gosh, that's early.
They are not the only ones. I have seen a ton of people on Facebook and Instagram that are putting their Christmas decor, not just their tree, but like their whole house.
I'm not ready yet. I
can't before Thanksgiving. I
know, because I love Christmas. I love decorating for it. It's not like I just am not ready. I feel, I just need to do Thanksgiving first, and then I will.
I can't host.
I don't want to do Thanksgiving with Christmas up.
That's just it. I host Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving to me is fall decor. Like everything is fallish, and it would be very weird feeling just to me. It's not like weird if that's how you like it, but to me, it would feel weird.
I can't do it yet because I love fall so much.
Yeah,
I do love Christmas, and I love my Christmas decorations.
Yeah,
and they come down the day after Thanksgiving. I mean, they'll be out of the attic that night. Whoever's here can help Dad get them down of the attic, and then I'll start decorating.
Yep.
That day. I always do it that weekend because it's a long weekend.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't have a giveaway, but you do have a giveaway. And we have a winner.
We had a winner from last week for the word was gather.
The blue flower.
Gather with joy. And so our winner for that from last week is Karen Baliani. I hope I'm saying your name right, Karen. So congratulations. Thanks for leaving a comment. We had several people that were commenting last week.
Baliani or Bali? Baliani.
And so go ahead and email us at the email address that's listed in the description box below. It's stitchandstuffxs@gmail.com. And we will, email us your physical address so that we can send that out to you.
I'm putting your name in there. So I'm sorry to Susan Dubé. I have not mailed this out yet, but
I'm still behind.
Yeah, I couldn't go out last week. So I could have sent it with my husband, but that would have been a lot of mental energy to figure that out.
Well, and I was kind of wondering if Rosie had COVID one of the days. So that threw our week off a little bit more, even because I didn't want to have the birthday party unless I ruled it out, because I knew we ended up exposed to COVID the week.
Not from me.
Or not from you. No, from somebody else over here, another person. And she came down with a cold not too long after that.
Get vaccinated.
What?
Get vaccinated.
she still was sniffling. She never had any fever or anything. So I was originally just thinking, well, it's just a cold. But then when we found out that that person that we'd been around had just gotten diagnosed with COVID, I thought, well, we better just rule it out.
Have to,
We have a bunch of little girls coming over. I don't want to like find out later that, you know, we had COVID and then
call you the typhoid Dempsons.
Oh geez, yeah, I wasn't going to do that. So it was negative. She's fine, and she's bouncing back. Like she hasn't even really been sick. She's just sniffling still.
She was kind of under the weather last Sunday when we were Flosstubing.
Sunday was the day she started feeling sick. She stayed home from church. Today she's normal.
And that's what they're saying anyway. There's no way to know if you've got a cold or COVID. The only way to know is to get tested. So,
and I'm fine just often kind of waiting to see how things go. There's no fever or anything that I'm kind of like, well, let's just wait and see. I think it'll be okay.
I didn't have a fever.
I know. Not everybody does.
He doesn't have a fever either. And Cassidy hasn't had one.
So weird.
Yeah, it's a weird virus. But
anyways.
I think I will forever now be super careful, even though I'm vaccinated and I've had COVID and I'm going to get my booster. If I get a cold and there's going to be kids around me, I'm going to get tested because I don't want to ever feel this guilty again. Not guilt, but it just is painful. You know, you don't want your family to be sick, and it's hard. But I'm going to send you a picture of Junie watching our Flosstube.
Oh yeah, that would be cute. Yeah, Cassidy's okay with us sharing that. I'd love
she gave it to me to send to you, and I have a couple leaf videos to send you from my backyard. So stay tuned. There'll be some extras, birthday party extras.
Junie extras.
Yeah.
We have a giveaway this week that somebody sent it to us. I need to start putting sticky notes when people have sent us little things that we could.
It was in a box of a lot of stuff we got.
I think it might have been. And so I've had this tucked away for a while, just sort of waiting for the right time. So we're going to give this away this week. This is a Riolis kit. Let's see, what's it called? Does it have a name? No, its name is 1224. And so this kit comes with the chart, the fabric, the thread, all the beads, the needles, the ribbons, and
they have that pretty ribbon in there too for the hanger.
Apparently. Well, it says one color of ribbon, and that's the only ribbon on there.
Yeah.
So I believe it comes even with that. I don't really want to open it and look, but
yeah, I'm sure it's there.
I think it probably is. Oh, I probably can unstick it.
So it could be like a Christmas star.
Yeah. So I'm not going to open it. I was thinking we could use the word star this week. And I thought, oh, what a nice time of year to stitch a little beaded star. It is all beading. I think it's really pretty. I toyed with keeping this, doing it myself, but.
Oh, and it has the little like wire maybe with the beads on a wire.
I think those are just metallic threads.
Hanging off of it?
Wait, where? Nope. That's back stitching.
Oh, that's all part of it. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yep. That's gorgeous.
So those are back stitching, probably with a metallic thread.
That's beautiful.
And beads. Yeah, I know. I think this one is so pretty. I'm kind of excited to give it away. So use the word star in your comments, and I will search for that next week. This is going to go to. So
star. Okay. Right.
Okay. Star.
That down.
Write that down.
Star's our word.
What are your plans this week?
Well, I hope I feel even better by tomorrow. I mean, I do feel better, but I don't feel 100%. My plans are going to be to go back to work tomorrow. Well, back to work here. And I'm going to stitch on I'm going to finish my Joyful Whirl Square. Want that done. And I'm so close. And I'm going to work on the trees, the quirky little trees. My thankful heart. And I'm not sure what else I'm going to work on. I might start my Pineberry Lane gather.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you haven't
started that yet. And sometime this month, and maybe it'll just be like the day after Thanksgiving before I start decorating, I am planning on starting my autumn Quakers that you gave me for Christmas.
Fun.
I'm going to at least put a few stitches in there, and I'm actually going to ask for one of the other Quakers for Christmas this year.
Ooh, fun.
I'm not sure if I want spring or winter.
I should look at those and see about putting those on.
Yeah, so I do want to start that sometime this month. But I just have my little box, my little basket here. I have a couple other Christmas ones that I might work on. I forgot to order those beads for that angel that I have almost done. I forgot the beads.
Yeah.
But if I feel better by next Friday, I can go to my cross stitch store and get some. I'm not going to order them.
Yeah.
She's got a ton of
They're
beads
probably
there.
right there.
Yeah. And yeah, just kind of work on fall and Christmas stuff is really what I feel like working on right
I know.
And I kind of put off I did my long-term planning, kind of a whole bunch of scribbles, and I want to firm that up and kind of make it look pretty and put something. I don't know how to do Excel. I'll have to just handwrite it, but put it in my planner, but I don't really have the mental headspace to do that this week. I just didn't.
Yeah.
It'll be after Thanksgiving maybe before I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you going to do?
Well, I just saw Carolyn posted the December planning page for the magazine month.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't even get there yet.
Sparkle.
But I'm going to I'm finishing it. Like I think today, my art exchange one, because I am ready to get that out into the mail. And I have to finish that hood so I can ship it. So those aren't like what I really, really want to be doing right now, but I need to do those things. But I will then keep working on my magazine monthly challenge. So I think this week I will probably work more on the Biscornu because I do want to finish that before the end of the year. I think I could finish it by the end of December.
Here's my magazine monthly right here.
You're the one who usually looks like this, and mine usually looks like that. What? When did we switch?
Right next to my Halloween one over here.
Is it because your printer's weird right now?
No, because I just haven't bothered. I can print in black and white. I just haven't done it. I guess I better do that.
I feel like my 12 sampler is so close to being done that I just kind of want to work through on that.
Make it work in your December?
Yes, I'm sure I can. I haven't looked, but I'm sure I can find a way because there's so many little motifs in that. I could probably just pick something, but I haven't even looked at the December one yet. And I do want to go back to working on the gathering eggs. So I just want to keep trying to get some progress on these.
I am going to pull Dreaming Girl out because Dreaming Girl is on here for houses for H.
Oh, yeah.
My little trees that I'm doing, that's my focal piece. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. You've made some.
So I haven't kept track of, didn't put goals on here, but.
Well, that's all right.
Basically, my goal for O and E, which is Joyful World, is to finish that square. So that's easy. And then my M was Merry and Bright, that Pineberry Lane that I started. So I'll probably work on that this week. I want to finish up my goals on this. And that's it. Because the other ones are just Dreaming Girl, Joyful World, Merry and Bright, and the trees. So I think I'm okay. Yeah. It's nice that the acrostic was so short on this one, because I feel like my pool of pieces that I have, especially because I have these other two things now that I need to do. Plus I really want to get Millie's sweater done. So I kind of have these other things happening. So it's nice that I have this small pool to draw from whenever I try to stitch on something kind of fun, just like for pure pleasure, not like a project that I kind of have a deadline for every day. And so it's nice that I just have like 4 or 5, like, which one do I want to do today? And then that's working well for me this month. Yeah. November, I start to feel a lot. I always feel this way. The birthday, Lydia's birthday, straight into Thanksgiving, straight into all the Christmas activities. I start to feel a lot of anxiety, not like anxiety, like bad anxiety, but pressure. Just that like I have got a ton to do all the time from about November 10th until the day that the Christmas is over. I think everybody feels like that around the Christmas season. I think I just get the joy of it starting a week or 2 earlier because of the birthday parties that I always do for her. But now you got a couple weeks you can relax. Now we're starting to really work on our Thanksgiving plans, and it's fine. I'm so glad I forgot that I planned to take the whole week of Thanksgiving off for school. I have never done that before. Usually we would do a couple days of school, and this year I scheduled it specifically that we would have that week off. Yeah. I think Jessie might get that week off from school, but I'm not sure. That might have been why I did it. And I realized that this week, and I was like, oh, good. We have a break coming up, a break week. So anyway, that's what my plans are for the week. Just trekking along. Yeah, I do need to knit too. I need to work on a sweater. It won't take long. But it's fingering weight, so it does take a little while to make progress. When you're measuring inch by inch. But she's not very big, so she's not. And I did kind of get the word that they would love a sweater for Penny too. So, but I'm going to do a DK weight one for her. Probably, I was thinking about doing that Sorello pattern that it doesn't have long sleeves with the cute little peplin. because they talked about loving to put her in little sweaters with leggings, and that's a cute pattern with leggings.
Which one? The Sorello?
The Sorello.
That is a
The
cute
little
one.
peplum.
With the little butt ruffle. Mm-hmm.
Peplum and the little puffy sleeves.
Yeah, that is a cute
That is
one.
a cute one.
Do a little extra length on it and it'll last her a long time.
Yep. And they talked, she loves putting her in sweaters and leggings. So that would be perfect.
I was reading, I thought I would just maybe read a few comments just for fun, because I was reading them earlier and they were making me smile. So these are from last week. Stitching at the cabin, Julie said that, I won't read the whole thing, but she says, I giggled a little when you said you were, quote, stumped on your tree project. That's
I know.
so good. And she said too that Alyssa, the other, her daughter who's on the same Flosstube, you should go watch them if you don't already, Stitching at the Cabin.
Yes.
Alyssa goes to Starbucks almost daily and she was aware of the eggnog latte issue. She says the local coffee shops are being overwhelmed with eggnog latte orders now.
Yeah.
Starbucks has been doing that. So I thought that was sweet. Well, not the eggnog thing, but the...
Hey, you guys, I just got a text message from the Department of Health. You may have been exposed to COVID-19.
By who? Yourself? Who have you been around that might have exposed you?
Junie and Cassidy, who I gave it to.
Thank you.
But get this one. This is great. This makes you feel good. Factors such as vaccination status, wearing a mask, being in a well-ventilated space or outdoors at the time, or being separated by physical barriers could have reduced your risk. So if you didn't do any of that, then sorry on you.
Oh, Anastasia had a question in her comment to you.
Oh,
She was saying, thanks for sharing your plans. Looks like we will see a lot of magazine finishes from you soon. Curious about the fabric you are going to choose. Anything themed, maybe? Because your smalls in that basket all look so good. Is there a Christmas basket too?
no, I don't do Christmas.
Not yet. Next year. Give her another year.
Fabric choice for, I wonder what she's talking about.
Oh yeah, let me think. Maybe for your themed, your yearly long.
Oh, the stitch along one?
The one with each month, season,
Yeah.
month. Which one did you end up deciding? I'm kind of trying to remember.
I think I just have a generic piece of linen. It's a third.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, did I do 36? What did I put?
You probably did. You're always ambitious with the count.
Well, I don't have the packaging this came in, which I usually save it. Doggone it. This might be a 36 count because it's pretty small.
White, just creamy white or something?
It's a creamy white. Yeah, it's just kind of a offy white color. Yeah, it's not very good.
It's okay.
Looking outside my house. Yeah, just kind of a creamy white. Just a really generic. It's stitched on a very generic colored fabric.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Kind of
anything.
a neutral background.
Not doing anything too. Dad's calling me.
Just ignore him. We're almost done.
I think he's at the store getting me sauce, enchilada sauce. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just using a basic, and I'm pretty sure this is 36 count because I
Don't
didn't
tell him I told you to ignore it.
I didn't want it to be too big because it's a pretty big piece, stitched piece.
So you went with a smaller count.
Yeah, I did.
Also, go ahead.
I can stitch on 36 count. It's just that black didn't work very well because of the coverage on that flea market.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Also, when we were talking about this, the skin tone flossing, and we were trying to remember who that was. Candy wondered if you were talking about Almond M&M.
Yes, it was her.
She had a set of silk floss for African American skin tones, and and Candy's using it on her cross stitch nation.
Yes.
So that's, yeah, I went and looked that up because I didn't follow her before. I didn't know her, so I follow her now. But those are beautiful. She must dye those herself. Those aren't like DMCs. I think they might be her own silk flosses.
Okay. Well, as soon as she mentioned the name, I remember that name because it's the name. Yeah, that's exactly who I was talking about. So I wonder if I follow her and that's why that popped up.
Yeah,
so,
that might be.
Yeah, if you're looking for alternative skin tones to just peach.
Yeah.
He's got some great ones.
Also, Norma, I think about the conversation about your threads being too on your flower. What's your flower? Marketplace?
Market flowers.
I wondered if you had tried ever working with sulky 12 weight, maybe WT. It is supposed to be equivalent to 2 DMCs, but she thinks it's more like 1.5. So that would be.
I don't know. Is sulky silks?
I thought so.
I have not worked with a lot of silk. I have Valdani, but that's the only silks I've ever worked with. I don't even,
But it's supposed, she feels like it's about 1.5 strands. So you get better coverage than 1 strand, but not as much.
Yeah, right. It wouldn't be too bulky. That's good to keep that in mind for other pieces.
So that's all the comments I was just grabbing to highlight really quick, or questions. I forgot that there had been a couple things in there that I thought.
I wonder if my thread needle street carries sulky threads. She's been having a hard, Gloriana's having a hard time keeping stocked up because of, I think, supply chain stuff. So I know those were down. Gloriana's, I think, there's just a lot of stuff still happening in the world that we're still dealing with, but
Well, you should probably go get back to Dad about your enchilada.
Well, he texted me.
Oh.
Yeah. My husband's at Costco getting me new tires, and he's killing time, and so he's going to get a big thing of lasagna, but they're out of the beef because they're on sale. So can I get the pork?
Oh, sausage? Yeah. Better. Even better.
It's okay. I picked the meat out anyway.
Okay, I should go join my family. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay, well, thanks for watching, everybody. I feel like I'm kind of blah today, but I'll be better next week.
It's okay, you have COVID, so you wouldn't be blah when they have COVID. We're happy you joined us to talk about stitching, and wish we could just gather up to have some coffee and chat and stitch at the same time, but since we can't, this is the next best thing, I guess. So thanks for watching.
Thank you. Have a good week and be safe.
Happy stitching.